How we managed to retire early in Canada. Disclaimer: we are not financial advisors, accountants, lawyers, or retirement advisors. All the topics in this video are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your own professional and legal advisors before acting on anything. Before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Allan and my wife's name is Doree. We got married in the late 80s and have 2 children, now adults. My wife and I are both professionals in our own field of expertise, and had a few years' experience in our home country before deciding to make the big move to Canada in the early 90s. We successfully applied to immigrate to Canada as skilled professionals, also known as the independent immigrant class in Canada, and have been here ever since. In 2019, my wife and I decided to retire early. We calculated that with the right financial planning and strategies, we would be able to live, maintain and sustain our current simple lifestyle. Here are some tips we learned and would like to share, so you don't have to learn the hard way. When my wife and I landed in Canada, it was a very, very cold winter, and to top it off, Canada's economy was in recession. Actually, the whole world was in recession. It was hard to get a decent job with good benefits. But I managed to get a job after 2 weeks of scouring the job postings in a local newspaper. After 1 year of working for a company, I quickly realized that working for someone else is not the way to achieve our goal of early retirement. This made us look into self-employment. Self-employment in Canada. Like everywhere else, self-employment is very hard to start. Being your own boss is not for everybody. The financial uncertainty is stressful. The initial investment to start your own business is high. Identifying, finding and connecting with potential customers is also hard at first. Overall, there are many risks to starting your own business, and there are plenty of statistics that say that a high percentage of small businesses fail during the first few years. Although this may be true, if you plan diligently and believe in yourself and your skill set, you can succeed. You have to ask yourself, is there a demand for my skills and products? This is just the start. But let me tell you what, we did it and ran our business successfully in Canada for 27 years. I stress to you that it was not easy at all. It was what you call blood and sweat. But the rewards are worth it. You can really say that you can see the fruits of your labor when you are self-employed. Being self-employed has allowed my family and I to enjoy a fun-filled, upper-middle-class lifestyle. Our Canadian lifestyle. We are a family of 4. And we have a mortgage like everyone else. During our working lives, we lived modestly and always tried to save as much money as possible. We traveled once or twice a year out of the country. We also enjoy fine dining 2 to 3 times per week. To save for our retirement, we used RRSP, TFSA, and some investments. If you don't already have a TFSA account, you should get it, yesterday. We also set aside money for our children's higher education through the Registered Education Savings Plan. The following is our wealth-building strategy to retire early. Maximize our RRSP contribution every year. Pay off our mortgage as soon as possible. Contribute to our TFSA account. Save using our ESP for our children's higher education. Invest our money instead of keeping it in a savings account. A savings account has little to no interest to be earned. Buy or invest in appreciating assets, like real estate. Remember that when you buy, it will be listed as your asset. When you rent or lease, it will be listed as a liability. 1. We maximize our RRSP contributions every year. We always tried to maximize our RRSP contribution limits every year to save on taxes. The tax refund or savings we get from contributing to our RRSP is then used to pay off our mortgage. RRSP contributions are very helpful specifically to self-employed people. 2. We do not forget the tax-free savings account or TFSA. After maximizing our RRSP and making a lump sum payment to lower and shorten our mortgage, we contribute to our TFSA. This registered tax-free savings account was a very big help during our retirement. 3. In terms of our investment in appreciating assets like real estate, we bought a house, lived in it for around 5 years, renovated it, then sold it for higher than when we bought it. Most of the profit we made on this practice was used to pay off our existing mortgage. Important tips on Canadian real estate. 1. Whenever possible, we avoided putting a 5 to 10% down payment when purchasing a house. Our rule was if we cannot put a 25% down payment, then we cannot afford it. This is to avoid paying mortgage insurance from Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, the CMHC. We always had a conventional mortgage. 2. In Canada, the capital gains we made selling our principal residence is considered tax-free. 3. Remember, first-time home buyers in Ontario are eligible for a refund of the land transfer tax. 4. Every time we renew our mortgage, we make sure to renew it for a shorter term than before. Although we maintain a checking and savings account for everyday living expenses, the majority of our savings are kept in investments that maintain at least 4 to 5% appreciation in order to keep up with inflation. We make sure that our money works for us at all times. We buy assets that appreciate over time or generate passive income. We buy depreciating things like cars by paying in full, thus avoiding financing interest whenever possible. If financing is unavoidable, we use our bank line of credit to initially purchase these depreciating things, making sure we get all the rebates and benefits when paying in full, then pay off our line of credit as soon as we can. By doing this method, you will not believe how much money we save. In every transaction we make, we ask ourselves how to best pay for it, how it will become an asset. Will it make us money? Will it pay for itself in the long run? How to pay the least interest? How to pay it off quickly? One lesson we learned the hard way is to never borrow money to invest. We did this once while we were new in Canada, believing in the advice of a financial advisor, but this is a double-edged sword that cut us in 2 ways. First, we borrowed money from a bank at 10% interest rate, and invested the same money in a mutual fund that this advisor was selling. This so-called financial advisor told us that we will make 15% profit every year. This scenario never happened. In reality, the stock market plummeted and we lost our investment, while paying off the money we borrowed from the bank out of our own pockets. Never again. We make mistakes, learn, and never repeat it. These are the basic things we did in order to achieve our goal of retiring early, and we are happy to share them with you. In the next video, we will discuss the Canadian retirement benefits such as CPP, OAS and GIS, as well as RRSP, RIFs, and TFSA on retirement. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the next video.